There are a lot of pros and cons in life, especially being an executive closing agent working with direct clients. You want to find out what they are? Well, stay tuned. I'm Erica Beauvais, and I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel. I'm an executive closing agent here in Chicago, Illinois. I am a commissioned notary in the state of Illinois as well, and I execute real estate documents. So in today's video, I just wanted to share what I see as the pros and the cons working directly with clients and securing them. And these clients are escrow, title, mortgage lenders, and banks. And the first pro, I would say, is number one, you gain a lot of experience and a lot of exposure to senior management. And that's the first pro. The exposure that you get is unbelievable. If you perform well, if they like you, your name gets passed around in the circle, so to speak, because I look at this as a circle. They know each other, their colleagues, their peers in the industry, and they all work with one another, do business with one another. So if you perform well for one direct client, then typically that client will refer you to other clients that they know, and other colleagues, and even other companies, as well as just in other offices around the United States. So your name gets passed around more than you think. So after a while, you really don't have to do a whole lot of marketing because they will market for you. So that's probably pro number two. You can get your name passed around pretty easily once you start going direct and working exclusively with direct clients. I would say the first con is probably you work for it, especially in the beginning. You are working for it. You may hear the word no more than yes, but actually I've never heard a no told to me before. They may not have responded if I reached out or called them or emailed them. So I may have to have done a lot of follow-up with them to get them to acknowledge my email or acknowledge my phone call. So maybe connection with them in the beginning when you're marketing your services, your business to them, may be a little, it may feel like you're going uphill, but it will always work out in the long term. So, and it doesn't take a long time for it to turn around. It just takes a minute to get started. So the first con, I would just say, just getting yourself going, working with them, because they can be hard to reach. They may not respond back to you quickly, or you may not hear anything. So you take that as a no, and then you get discouraged. So I would say, don't do that. Just consider it just the nature of the beast, the nature of the business, and just continue to proceed forward. In my course, Book Solid System, it's a marketing course, and I give you 1,000+ direct contacts in the escrow, title, mortgage, lending, and banking industry. So my course is perfect for someone who wants to really get their business off the ground. You're tired of working with signing services, getting nowhere, earning little to no income, and you really want to elevate your income to be 6 figures. So let's go to, I think I was on number 3. Okay, number 3. For a pro, you learn a lot. I mean, a lot of good information from working directly with escrow and title. Anything from the real estate industry, dealing with the loan docs. So you get your exposure firsthand compared to working with signing services. Everything is filtered through a signing service, and they basically provide little to no training. Typically, a lot of escrow, title, mortgage lending, and banks, they do provide training. So people are unaware of that, or agents are unaware of that, but they do. They do. This is why I say go direct, because if you love to learn, if you like to apply what you're learning and not just read about it in courses, actually apply it and then get feedback from what you have demonstrated in your closings, direct is the way to go. Okay, so let's go back to a con. Con number 2 would be you work a lot. You work a lot. I mean, a lot. I work easily 60, 80 hours a week, easily. Yeah, 60, 80 hours, and I travel a lot too. So, but I earn great income. So there's always a trade-off there. Great income, but you work a lot. Sometimes it's hard to balance your social life and your professional life because you're working. You do not want to pass up an opportunity for a closing, for additional revenue, and for continuous work with those clients that are constantly assigning you to their closings. So once you become their favorite agent, they're going to just continue to give you as many closings as you can handle. So be ready, because it's going to be, you're going to be busy basically. So I would say I think I'm on number 4 as far as a pro. You get paid immediately, not immediately, but as quickly as you can, as far as receiving ACH, electronic deposits. That comes faster and quicker than receiving paper checks, which can be 30 plus days dealing with a signing service. Dealing with direct clients, you are their vendor, you are their contractor, and they basically, you typically have a business account, or of course, if you are sole proprietor, you have your own personal bank account, and they will request if you would like your earnings or your revenue to be deposited into the account once you complete your closings. So, I mean, it's perfect. Typically, I get paid within a week to 2 weeks after I conduct my closings. So, as you can see, I mean, you can't really beat that. And that's why it gets so addictive. And then that's why I think you can kind of overwork yourself a little bit too much, because once you kind of get going, you don't want it to end. It's like the gravy train, for real. So I would say that is a major pro. And then but you know, again, being overworked, not overworked, but working a lot, it can, you know, be a little overwhelming to some people. But you remember, this is like any other opportunity that you take on as your own business. You can slow it down at any time you want. If you need to take off time, you can do that. So it's similar to just working as a contractor for a signing service. I mean, you can take off, you can decline the closings, you know, if you feel as though it's too far, or just anything of that nature, you have an appointment to go to. So it's not like you're held to conduct the closings. It's just, for me, I don't want to turn anything down, because I want them to continue to assign me to as many closings as possible. So I would say that for sure. And let's see of another pro. I think those are the top reasons, I would say. And I would say those are the top reasons for the cons. Yeah, I think once you get going, you'll see how easy it kind of is. It's not too challenging. So it may, in a way, the con may be, you may feel like you're kind of not in a rut, but in a routine all the time. But remember, every day is different. Every closing is different. So over time, you won't feel as much of that. But yeah, sometimes you kind of need to switch things up. And but that's why you have many different clients, because every client's needs are different. So it can be challenging working with one client and a little bit more relaxed working with another. Um, and another con is that there's not a lot of hand holding. So with a signing service, they may go get the information, fetch the information from the client to provide back to you. So they're kind of the third party. But when you are working exclusively and directly with your clients, you have to be proactive. So that could be a plus and then a negative, because you really have to show initiative to wanting to learn, for making any corrections to any issues that you see outstanding, even pointing things out to them. They want you to be very proactive. They don't want you to sit back. This is not a signing service that you're working with, and then they are directing you what to do, how to do it, whatever. You are working directly with the client. So if you see something, errors, or you have questions, you need to ask them those questions up front and be proactive in asking questions. That doesn't mean they don't like to train you or answer questions. It's just that they want you to show the initiative. You have to be very proactive. I can't stress that enough. So I think that can be a pro, but then for some people it can be a con, because maybe some people are not as proactive as others. So yeah, you can look at it both ways. But those are my top pros and my top cons working direct, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I love working direct. I love managing and running my own business. I love working with people. I love real estate. And I love, of course, documentation and being able to successfully say I was instrumental in changing a borrower's life, them being able to refinance a loan or secure a purchase for a home. So to me, it's a win-win situation all around. In any business, there's going to be challenges, there's going to be pluses and minuses. So this is just like any other business. So just take that as you may, but I just wanted to point that out. If you have any questions about the course, Book Solid System, you can go to agentista.com to learn more. Also, you can chat with me live online. You can just go to my website. There's like a chat button at the bottom left corner, I believe. So you can also chat with me there, or you can email me, agentista@agentista.com. And if you have any other questions about, maybe if I didn't discuss anything further about the pros and the cons, you can leave those questions or comments in the comment section. And again, my course, Book Solid System, can be found on my website, agentista.com, and I'll leave that in the description box. So once again, happy closing and look forward to my next video.